Hi guys, it's Cyndi, aka the Queen. I am narrating again before you see the second part of my Animal Kingdom and MGM Day. So, let's see. So in the part one of that video of that day, I'm trying to think if that was the fourth day. Let's see, we arrived on a Wednesday. Thursday was me on my own. Friday was me on my own. Saturday. Oh. Okay, so this is part 5. No, this is day 5, part 2 of my Animal Kingdom and MGM Day. There's actually 3 parts to this day because that evening we went to Ohana to celebrate my daughter's birthday, and I am doing a separate Ohana video. But after we left Animal Kingdom that morning, I want to say it was around 1 o'clock when we left Animal Kingdom. It was extremely hot that day. And so we went back to the hotel. I had every intention of kind of like resting and then going back to Epcot maybe. But there were a couple of characters that I wanted to see that were at MGM, that were at Hollywood Studios. And so I didn't realize at the time that my daughter had a surprise for me. And I thought that she was resting and then was going to start getting herself ready for our dinner out that evening for her birthday. So I decided to get dressed. I changed out of my clothes for the morning because it was literally so hot that I was like, when we got back to the room, my clothes were like soaking wet. And so I refreshed. I changed my clothes with the intention of going over to MGM for a couple of hours and then coming back and getting ready for our dinner at Ohana. So I got on the bus, went back over to Hollywood Studios. I know I keep calling it MGM. It will always be MGM to me. And it was still hot. So what I did was I had in mind to go and see if I could see Edna Mode and if I could get over to Toy Story Land to I think I wanted to see if I could get on Toy Story Mania, but the lines were actually too long for that. But I did know I wanted to see Edna Mode, and if possible, I wanted to see The Incredibles. And so when I first got into the park, I headed to the area where I know that they do their character meet and greet. And I saw Frozone first. I can never get his name right. I saw Frozone first, and we had a great conversation. He didn't actually have a photographer, but the person, I guess, who's like his helper was there, and he did take my phone from me, and he did take some pictures for us. I just want to take a picture with you. Hey, that works. Okay. And they came out great. We just had a good time, like kind of chatting with each other. I joked with him. I said, I want to take a picture with you. I said, oh my gosh, what did I say? I said something crazy, but he laughed about it, and we just kind of joked with each other. And then I left from meeting him, and I went over to meet The Incredibles because the mom and dad were right there. Mr. Incredible and Mrs. Incredible were right there at the same time. And so I went over, I met with them. They did have a photographer there, so we took a couple of pictures together. They gave me big hugs. Like, the last time I had actually seen The Incredibles was like years ago. It was during Christmas time, and they were meeting inside of an area in that same section that they are now, where I think it's like Pixar Place or Pixar Lane or something like that. But it was inside of a building right next door to Toy Story Mania, because I don't know if many of you remember that Toy Story Mania, you used to be able to get into Toy Story Mania from inside that Pixar alley area. And so I went over and I got to see them. And then I went and got in line to see Edna Mode. Now, I really thought that there was going to be a longer line to see Edna Mode, but there really wasn't. I wish I had gotten some video with her, because I had already made up my mind I was going to ask her for fashion advice. And I said, when I went in, I said, I know I'm not the most fashionable person. I said, I'm all decked out in my Disney items, but if you got some advice for me, I'm willing to take it. And so she was very gracious, and she was like, no, you're fine, you look fabulous, that type of thing. Edna Mode doesn't actually talk, but like, she was letting me know that there was nothing wrong with my attire, and that she liked it. I think that day I had on like a green t-shirt that said here at my happy place with the people I love, or something like that. And I had a green hat on because, like I said, it was so hot that ears was just not enough for me. And so I took pictures with Edna Mode, which was really, really great. All right, I just met all the Incredibles. Edna Mode, she approved of my outfit. The only person I missed was Sully. Alright, now I'm going to go take some pictures in Star Wars, Galaxy's Edge. And then I'm heading out. I'm going to head out after I go to Galaxy's Edge and try to take some pictures to go get ready to go eat dinner at Ohana. So I'll see you guys in a little while.
I'm here because Jessie told me it's not the time to panic. But I think this is the perfect time to panic.
Hang on, Rex! I got you, partner!
And then I went over towards Galaxy's Edge because I wanted to go in and take pictures in front of the ships. And I really thought that there would be photographers out there, but there actually weren't. And I didn't ask anyone to take my picture in front of the one of the spaceships. I guess that's what they call it. Y'all know I am not a Star Wars person. I'm sure there's another name for it. Entering Bantu. See if I can grab a couple of pictures before I leave. This will be the last day in Hollywood Studios. And then but as I was walking back out, I noticed that there is an area just before it transitions into Toy Story Land where there were photographers who, if I'm not mistaken, well, at the time I wasn't really sure, but they do take magic photos with you. And so because my daughter had the photo package, we had been trying to take as many pictures as we possibly could. And so I went over and I took pictures with them, and it was so funny. The guy that was there, he ended up having to leave, and then a lady replaced him. I didn't have to wait. There was nobody waiting in line to like take pictures. I don't even think that a lot of people even understood that that was an area where you could take like magic shots. And so the young lady who was taking my picture, she had me do like a couple of different poses, and then at one point she says, okay, now show me your like a mean pose or like a intense pose. And I did this one pose, and she said, ooh, that looks like that looks like a mama pose when she's trying to get you to do what she needs you to do. And I was like, wow. So when I saw the pictures later on, I started laughing because, yeah, my facial expression is hilarious. And so I left from there, went back through Toy Story Land, and headed back out of Hollywood Studios to get back on the bus to go back to the room to get ready for us going to Ohana. Yeah. On my way out, I could tell I was a little dehydrated and I wasn't really feeling very well. And I didn't tell my daughter this, but I usually would go somewhere and ask someone for some water. But like that day, it was like, I'm hungry, but I know I don't want to eat because I'm going to Ohana's and like there's so much food. I don't want to spend that much money and then like not have an appetite. And so I found a soda machine, and I was like, I just need something nice and cold to drink. And so I got a soda from the soda machine, got back on the bus. I had this great conversation with this young girl that was on the bus with her family, and I don't know, we just had a good time talking to each other. I think I really enjoyed that on this trip, that I met people that, you could just have a conversation with, cast members had a conversation with. I know everybody says that the magic is not the same. And I really think that sometimes we're trying to do everything. We're trying to see everything. We've spent all this money and we just want all of the magic. And sometimes we actually have to create the magic ourselves. I had the best time on this trip, and I didn't get to do everything I wanted to do. I went in with the mindset that I knew that at some point, however many years that takes to happen, I will go back again. I'm hoping the next time I go back that I go back with my family. As much as I enjoyed doing it solo for a couple of days and being by myself, I really did miss my family not being there with me. Even if it meant that I wouldn't be able to do things exactly the way I would want to do them. So I get back on the bus, I go back to the All Stars Music Resort, and my daughter is gone. And I'm like, okay, where is she? And when I left, she was laying down like she was going to take a nap. And so I was like, okay, well, maybe she went. I knew she wanted to take some pictures at Magic Kingdom because she was going to have her birthday outfit on. And I could tell that she had been in a room and had gotten made up and had put on her birthday outfit because there was like makeups everywhere. And so I said, okay, I'll just get myself dressed and then I'll just meet her over at Ohana's for dinner, because I think it was like around 4:30, 5 o'clock. So I went, got myself washed up, got my clothes changed into the dress that I was going to wear. And I looked at my app and I could tell from our photo pass, because we can see when each other have taken pictures. And I noticed that she had some new pictures up, and yes, she was at Magic Kingdom. So I didn't think anything of it. I said, I'll send her a message later on and tell her, since she's at Magic Kingdom, I'll just meet her over at Ohana's, and I'll go over to Magic Kingdom and catch the bus. No, I said I'll take the bus, go over to Magic Kingdom, and then take the boat over to Grand Floridian, because I really wanted to go to see the Grand Floridian. It's one of my favorite like deluxe resorts to visit. And I knew that they had just finished taking up all the construction that they were doing at the top part of the hotel, and that the lobby area was redone again. So I think I called my younger daughter because she had sent me a text and asked me, so what are y'all doing? And I said, well, I'm on my way over to the Grand Floridian, and then I'm going to go over to Ohana and meet my daughter, meet your sister. I'm going to go over to Ohana and meet your sister before dinner, because she had told me that she had invited some of her friends, and I guess they were in town. I knew she had gone one day with one of her friends who had kids, but I didn't have a clue who the people were that were coming. And so I said, I'm sitting out on the beach, which by this time I had gotten on the boat. I rode the boat over to the Grand Floridian. I walked around to go to the front part of the building. But before I did that, I stopped on the beach. I think I even called my sister at one point, and I sent her a picture and said, this is what I'm doing. I'm sitting here at this beautiful resort. I'm looking out over the water, and it's a nice day. The temperature had gone down a little bit. It wasn't as hot as it was that morning. And I just sat out there and talked to her. And then I called my younger daughter. And that's when I was talking to my younger daughter, and I was telling her where I was. And she goes, I think I remember that hotel. She's like, so what are you doing after you leave from there? And I didn't think anything of it at the time. I just said, well, I'm going to go into the hotel and I'm going to look around. And then the closer we get to the time where we're supposed to have dinner, I'm going to catch the monorail from the Grand Floridian and go over to the Poly. And so she was like, oh, okay, well, what time are you planning to do that? And she was asking me all these questions. And I really just thought it was because she wasn't with us and she had some time on her hand. And so she was just talking to me. And so I didn't think anything of it. And so I went into the Grand Floridian. The next video that you will see will be us at Ohana enjoying dinner, and it'll be my review of our Ohana dinner. So if you like this video, it is kind of all over the place, but that was the kind of day it was. But it was a great day. I wouldn't trade it for anything in the world. I really enjoyed myself. I enjoyed myself that morning at Animal Kingdom. The few things that we got to see. I really enjoyed walking around the Grand Floridian that afternoon and just soaking in the atmosphere. And I definitely enjoyed the fact that my friends surprised me for this trip. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, what are you waiting for? And if you'd like to know when the next video will come out, all you have to do is hit that little notification bell below. So until I see you the next time, guys, have a blessed day. Bye.